Hello, I would like to tell you tonight how I succeed to stop smoking, to stop to smoke. So I started smoking at 17 approximately, and at 30 I decided to stop to smoke. So okay, I know that smoking is really damageable for health, for my health, so I want to stop to smoke. So each hand of packet, I said to myself, okay, it's the last one. I want to stop to smoke. And each time, I don't know why, after a few minutes, few minutes, hours, uh, I go to the drugstore and buy a new packet of cigarettes. And I started to smoke. And a small voice, a little voice in my head told me, anyway, it's not important. You can stop whenever you want. Okay, and I believed it. So, okay. And so I was smoking at a certain moment, at a certain point, you say, okay, yes, okay, there is this small voice into my head that is telling me that I can stop whenever I want, but it's not true. I decide to stop to smoke, and so I not succeed. I'm not able. At the first necessity, at the first need in me, I go to the drugstore and smoke again. So what is the problem? You know, what is the problem? So at a certain moment, I really look inside me and say, okay, no, I want to stop to smoke. I love myself. I know that smoking it's really damageable for me. I want to stop to smoke. Why I am not able? What is the problem? Why I do not succeed? And to this moment, each time I wanted and I started to smoke, I was looking at myself. I say, okay, oh, phew, I'm stressed. Okay, oh, I need a cigarette. Perfect. Okay, I'm happy. Yeah, good news. I need a cigarette. Okay. Okay. Oh, so no, I need a break, so I go to take a cigarette. Okay. So I started to identify each emotion that makes me wanted to smoke. Perfect. But it's okay, fine. I'm stressed and I'm smoking, but why am I stressed? You know, I mean, once I had identified all my emotion, I say, okay, but this is not a good emotion, so I'm smoking to calm down my stress, but it's a pretty a bad way to calm down my stress. Why am I stressed? And so I started to identify all the external facts or actions or words from people or from the circumstances that that trigger into me an emotion that makes me smoke. So I say, oh God, she told me that. I felt stressed and I started to smoke. Oh God, it happens that I felt stressed or joyful, but I started to smoke. So okay, so I started to relate my emotions to external factors that happens to me, and I say so. While I was smoking, I say okay, but why this woman told me that, and so she told me that I felt stressed. I started to smoke, but why the thing that she told me makes me be stressed or stressful? Why? And like that, I started to analyze why all the external triggers to bad emotion that makes me or good or to the that external trigger to emotion that makes me smoke. Why they trigger this emotion into me? And sometimes I say, okay, but she told me that I felt stressed, but she's wrong. She's telling a lie, or she's completely out of out of the track. It's not correct from her. So she said that, and I felt stressed and I smoked, but in fact the shame is on her, so there is a problem. So I started to analyze things like that and say, oh God, I'm smoking for, I have stress or emotion that makes me smoke for reasons sometimes or often that are not logical, or that are not belonging to me. So there is a problem. So I'm damaging my health, myself, because of the others, and most of that for wrong reasons coming from the others that are all the external triggers to emotions to me. So I say, oh God, stop. Okay. So I took this moment to each external trigger that makes me feel bad and smoke. Instead of smoking, I took a coffee. But a lot of coffee in a day is not good for your body either. But the coffee has a less powerful addictive power on your brain. So after that, after taking coffee instead of a cigarette, you will be able, according to me, to take tea or to take water. It will be more easy to drink less coffee than to smoke less cigarettes in a day once you replace the cigarette by the coffee, in my case. So, but I just want you to realize that this small voice in my head that told me I can stop whenever I want is my ego, is what I'm calling the ego. The small voice inside my brain that makes me feel things, that makes me feel stressed or bad, and that makes me smoke, was my ego. Because after that, I was smoking, but I was saying, oh God, no. Why do I thought that and felt like that? Because no, it's not fair. She's wrong, and I felt that, and I think that, but no. And so just realize that this voice that is always telling me things that kept me in the worst version of myself, because it was a voice that kept me in a state of person that was smoking, and I wanted to stop to smoke. This voice that I was able to analyze and to put at distance from me, it was not me. It was the ego. It's like that the ego works. Because your voice, your own voice inside of you, you won't be able to put it at distance from you. It's you. But your ego, you're able to put it at distance from you. It's not you. You will see that you're here, you want to do things, and so an emotion, okay, and you just even have time to feel the emotion that this voice is already running towards you and telling you things like making you oh God. At the moment you will see the difference between your inner voice, your proper inner voice belonging to yourself, and that small little voice that makes itself makes itself things to you. This voice made you think that you are this voice, but you're not. Is your ego. So your ego make you think that what he think, which is pretty predictable and pretty bad, your ego make you think that what he's thinking instead of you is you. But it's not you. You are able to put certain thought to distance. It's the ego. And most of the time, the way the ego think is a distortion and is a match with something coming from the matrix. Most of the time, often in fact. But just try to... In this situation, it was easy for me to make the difference, to make the difference between me, what I wanted, what I was thinking, I want to stop to smoke, and this intruder, in fact, that came into between me and my desire to want to stop to smoke. It was easy because smoking, it was the worst version of myself, and I wanted to really express love of myself. So in this situation, it was easy for me to see this these two situations, and to see that there were a small voice that I'm calling the ego that was really against me, that was really trying to maintain me in the ignorance, you can stop whenever you want, or trying to maintain me in the worst version of myself by triggering things, thought, or distortion, but think mental distortions. It was easy to make the difference between what I wanted, my inner voice, what I'm not able to put to a distance, and those parasite thoughts that tried to maintain me in a state of smoking cigarette. So I hope I'm clear, because it's really my experience of my ego. And in this situation, it was easy for me to see it, but because I was able to put this damageable thought to a distance. It was not really me. It was easy to see that it was a direct opposite, to a direct opposite intention. So I hope that this discussion could help you to stop to smoke if you want, and also to understand what is the ego for me, and so my point of view about how it try to distort your way of thinking. Have a good evening. Bye bye.